shoot. What do I say? What's up guys, I'm BeRAD, and in this video I'm gonna show you this many ways how to cross a log. Come on, balance. How to ride backwards over a log. Okay, we'll start out with one I'm sure everyone has done before. The drag queen. Log too big for your appetite, got butterflies in your stomach, toss that hunk of scrap metal over. I mean, yeah, it does work, but I'll be honest, this was by far the hardest way to cross this particular log. Let's give you some better ideas to practice. And by that, I mean practice. Watching the video alone ain't gonna cut it. The flopper. So long as the log is a bit shorter than your front axle height, a little momentum and some confidence go a long way. Doesn't matter if you're crippled Carl or bendy knees Bob. Can I say that? Crippled Carl? Anyway, just keep on the gas a little and aim straight. Be sure to be standing up one way or another. You mad, bro? Punch that. Arguably the most common and effective technique for a basic log crossing. As you approach the log, weight the bike. This means to compress your suspension through the foot pegs. Timing is key here. You want your front wheel nearly touching the log when you then de-weight or unload the bike's suspension. It's kind of like doing a wheelie without actually having to do a wheelie, because that makes sense. Hey, it's a free video, don't roast me. Ideally, you want to land flat on the other side. You're kinda jumping the log, using it as a ramp. You'll have to figure out how much clutch and throttle is needed for different log sizes, approach speed, and other variables. The punch works great for logs up to around 16 inches tall, low to medium speed. Too fast or the log too large, and it's very hard to keep the rear end from bucking up. The rocker! Oh darn, you didn't master the punch technique your first try? You should probably give up, or just go watch some more Jarvis videos so you can flex your knowledge on Facebook forums. Totally kidding, but now you're stuck. The rocker is here to help. Place both feet forward onto the log. Lean back as far as possible. Begin shifting your weight forward, and as you do so, let the clutch out to accelerate. Essentially, you're throwing as much mass from the rear to the front as possible so you can get the bike over with very little space to accelerate. Use your feet to push off of the log as you cross over. You may want to wear a cup for this. That shock spring can have some nasty recoil. I know from experience. Still angry? Maybe a little scared? Yell at it to move.
You're too good for your home? You're just sitting out here in this field. Why don't you go back to your home in the woods?
Weird. Didn't work.
What does work is hooking your bike up with some good quality Mitas rubber. This is the XT754. It's what I was running in the video. It's an excellent all-around tire, great for high speed, really great at cornering. Also a relatively pliable carcass with a soft rubber compound to help stick over logs, rocks, roots. Anything you throw at it, it's gonna handle. Second tire of choice here is the XT454. This has a much softer carcass, as you can see. It just bends and wraps around anything you throw at it. It's also a softer compound, but thankfully Mitas uses really high quality rubber and these things hold up incredibly well. My last one, I got over 60 hours of use and it still had life left. Last thing you might want for crossing logs is one of these SX slide plate skid plates. It's made of super durable plastic, and unlike aluminum, it does not stick, so you can slide over things even with a lot of weight on the bike. It's got full double layered linkage protection for the bikes that have a linkage. Billet aluminum mounts, super durable, super lightweight. Be sure to click the link in the description of this video to head to my website, BeRAD-products.com, where you can find the tires, the skid plate, and other cool things like this blue anodized Billetron electron carburetor, among many other things. Every purchase goes toward helping this channel and supporting making more videos.
Let's say you don't like the aggressive nature of the punch. You're a peaceful person. The double blip may be for you. This one requires a lot of fine movement and deserves its own video. I'll keep it short for now. Weight the bike on the approach. De-weight the bike to get the front wheel off the ground. Weight the bike again, kinda just above where the front face is. The goal is to again compress the forks into the log, and then, with a flick of clutch and throttle, unload the suspension, which causes the bike to spring up and over. You'll notice that this technique puts a lot less stress on your bike and body. It allows for much more control as well. It doesn't really work at high speeds, however.
Hey buddy, I noticed you were, kind of in the path that I'm trying to ride on. If it's not too much of a problem, it'd be really nice if you could just slide out of the way. I can sneak right by and then you can just go right back to where you were. But again, if it's too much stress, don't worry about it. I really don't want to hassle you. It would just be really nice.
Highly effective. Nice. Who are you kidding? We're not sissies here. Time to bring out the sledgehammer. I did actually feel pretty uncomfortable recording that. But anyway, this one is scary. A very specifically timed wheelie matched with just the right amount of wheelie into a log that could very easily turn you into an effective mousetrap. This one is by far the most aggressive and risky, but when done right, it is also the fastest.
Hey, it's me, doing a wheelie over a log.
Me again. Just doing a wheelie punch hopper blippity bounce to launch this pumpkin to the other side of the toothpick. Effective. Fun. Totally unnecessary. The pivot. It's surprisingly easier than doing a pivot turn with no log. You just kind of pull up next to it, plant a foot, lean your body over the log slightly, give her a little clutch dump, and pull back. That simple, totally. Be careful not to apply throttle when the rear tire hits the wood. It will likely slide out and send you for a ride you did not plan on taking. The Crisscross. Too often, there's a branch or log laying angled on the trail. If it's a large one, I pretty much use the double blip method to float over. The difference being that the front wheel must not compress into the log. It can compress on top, just not into the face. For a smaller one like this, I do the same, but with a lot less exaggerated motions. Quicker motions with less movement so I can keep my forward momentum going. It's sort of like a bunny hop, but you're just unloading the suspension. You don't actually need the rear wheel to come off the ground. You just need to de-weight it. It's also super important to keep both feet on the pegs if you can. This allows you to maintain front wheel control even if your rear gets a little saucy. Remember I mentioned the front wheel not compressing into the face? I think that deserves a like, comment, and a subscribe. You know what to do. Big shout out to the Bulletproof Designs radiator guards. They absolutely saved the day there. Go scoop some on my website. No run Nancy. Poor Nancy was sitting still and a log just appeared in front of her. Good thing she don't give a f***. Shift your weight back and begin accelerating. This will lift the front wheel. As the bike begins moving, slide your hips forward toward the bars. When the rear wheel hits the log, move your butt back. It will provide rear wheel traction and also assist in pushing the bike over the rest of the way. You hungry yet? How about some popcorn? This one is my absolute favorite. So fun to do. There's a lot going on though. It's kind of a mix of a few other techniques with some spicy seasoning on it. I'll let you observe and do with it as you please. Let me know in the comments if you want a breakdown of this one. The splatter. Sometimes the log is just so big that there's no way you can get over it. Now with that attitude, grab a rock or a smaller log. Place it in front of the large log about as far away as the log is tall, maybe a little bit more. Use that object as a little kicker. This is called a splatter. I'll be honest, this isn't the best example. It was muddy and I didn't have a bigger log available, so I kind of just ended up jumping over with a little wheel tap, but you get the idea. If the log was bigger, I'd want more front wheel lift off of the rock. I would get the bike almost vertical so that when the rear wheel makes contact, it levels me out and I can land flat on the other side. This one does have high potential to go over the bars, so just be sure to watch the video at least 7 times, then I'm sure you'll nail it no problem with no prior riding experience. Very heavy sarcasm on that.
Thumbnail.